Adrian Beltré walks to home plate. He's got his helmet on backwards.
Dominguez takes a look at Beltré. He's got him in a rundown. And he throws to Altuve. And Altuve will flip to the shortstop Belmore.
Watch, here it comes.
Adrian Beltré is the funniest baseball player to ever live. His antics on the diamond were legendary and made him one of the most loved MLB stars of all time. But long before the fame and recognition, Adrian was just another hardworking kid trying to make his baseball dreams come true. Adrian Beltré was born in the Dominican Republic, and growing up, he was the school's class clown, just like you'd expect. But he was also a super talented athlete. Adrian initially loved tennis and basketball, but quickly became a baseball fanatic when at 12 years old, he saw Astros third baseman Ken Caminetti rip a mammoth home run on TV.
Caminetti just tagged one, and that ball is out of here.
From then on, Adrian was determined to be an MLB third baseman, and nothing would stop him from getting there. Adrian trained, and at 15 years old, a lucky Dodger scout happened upon Adrian at one of his games and was impressed. The scout took a liking to Adrian and his personality, and signed the young ball player for just $23,000 in 1994. Adrian barely spoke English at the time, but his joyous, fun, and charismatic energy, along with his talented glove, allowed him to rise to the Dodgers farm system ranks quickly. By 1997, at the age of just 18, he was voted the Florida State League MVP, was ranked as the number 3 overall prospect in the nation, and there were talks that he might be called up to the MLB before even turning 21. In fact, this pipe dream quickly became a reality, because on June 24th, 1998, at just 19 years old, Adrian Beltré was called up to replace the injured Bobby Bonilla at third base after an intestinal infection had put him on the bench, or maybe the toilet if we're being honest. In Adrian's debut game, he did this.
So here is Adrian Beltré. And he hits a line drive down the line, a diving attempt. The ball gets away from Erstad. 1 run is in. Johnson stops at third. And what a way for Adrian Beltré to begin his big league career.
Beltré didn't do anything else too crazy in his rookie season, but batting .215 with 7 home runs in 77 games was impressive enough to be named the Dodgers starting third baseman in the following 1999 season. Beltré slowly improved in the 1999 and 2000 seasons. He had better at-bats, hit some more home runs, showed off his impressive defense, and also got his name out there as one of the MLB's top up-and-coming talents. However, he was far from a household name at this point. In an age without social media, high-definition cameras, and cell phones, Beltré's hilarious on and off the field antics had yet to go viral, and his .835 OPS in the year 2000 season certainly wasn't getting any MVP votes. Everything was about to change for Beltré though, because going into the 2001 season, something completely unexpected happened. Imagine waking up in your hotel at 4 a.m. to a searing pain in your stomach. Everything was fine when I went to bed, you think to yourself. So what the hell is going on? You rush to the emergency room and nearly faint on the way there. And when you arrive, the doctor turns pale white as he rushes you to the operating table. See, Adrian Beltré had ruptured his appendix and needed an emergency appendectomy. The ordeal left Adrian with an infection in his gut that required extra treatment. And while Adrian's teammates were reporting to spring training, Adrian was attached to an IV in the hospital, having lost nearly 15 pounds. Adrian was quoted saying, "You can't imagine how close to death I was." And when he finally reported to the team in May, 4 months after his initial emergency room visit, it was safe to say that he was playing far from 100%. Because of this, Beltré reversed his positive momentum from the previous 2 seasons and could only muster an average OPS of .721 from 2001 to 2003. Things got so bad that an article was written about Adrian calling him a 5 o'clock hitter, basically meaning that he was a hitter could only impress in batting practice, but would never translate it to success in an actual game. Beltré was so upset by the article that Scott Boras, his agent, sat with him in the stadium parking lot after a game until 4 a.m. just to comfort him. This meant that entering the 2004 season, it was crucial for Beltré to finally prove his worth. Beltré was dropped to number 7 in the order at the beginning of the season, and the manager said if he wanted to move up in the order, he'd need to work for it. So Beltré got to work.
On a 4, Adrian Beltré. And Beltré's that one, a 2-run shot. He was 2 for 4, drove in 2.
Hey, swinging hot bats, Adrian Beltré.
For 3 and 3 stolen bases, Adrian Beltré. looking long, and he's got a solo home run.
Adrian ended the season with a .334 average, a league-leading 48 home runs, a 1,017 OPS, and 121 RBIs. His 9.6 WAR was only beaten by Barry Bonds and landed him as the MVP runner-up for the season. Beltré had finally proven himself in his last chance, and because of his success, he signed a huge 5-year, $64 million deal with the Mariners. The future was looking way up for the young and talented Adrian, but that feeling didn't last long. Adrian drastically underperformed with the Mariners, and in his first season, fans were already calling his contract one of the biggest busts in history. In his first year in Seattle, he hit with a .255 average and had a career high in strikeouts, only mustering a measly 19 home runs. The story remained this way for Beltré's whole tenure with the Mariners, where in 5 seasons, the most home runs he hit in a year was 26, and his highest batting average was only a .276. See, the problem was Adrian at his heart is the most fun, loving, and hilarious player in the league. That's why you clicked on this video. But the stresses put on him to perform had stripped all of his joy away. He was playing tight, he was playing scared, and he unfortunately was not playing as himself. And to make it all worse, Adrian literally got a kick in the nuts in his final Mariners season when a ground ball hit him in a sensitive area and he ruptured a testicle. Adrian was now 30 years old, and with his Mariners contract seen as a huge bust, the only team willing to bite on him was the Red Sox with a 1-year, $9 million deal. This was Adrian's last real chance at a starting job, so once again, it was crucial for Beltré to prove his worth. See, now something funny happened on the Red Sox. Remember like 30 seconds ago in this really good and subscription-worthy video where we said Adrian was playing tight and not like himself? Well, he finally stopped taking games so seriously and started having a little fun, and this made him play so much better. This also is around the time where the Adrian Beltré you and I know and love was born. In his 1 year with the Red Sox, Beltré posted a much better .321 average and .919 OPS, a performance that pushed his value up high enough to sign a huge 6-year and $96 million deal with the Rangers. Here is where our story really gets going, because the Rangers would not only be the team that Adrian played the best for, it was also the team that gave us the biggest laughs and made us all fall in love with Adrian as a person and a player. Here's a little reminder of what I mean.
This, now he's going to pick up the ball. Do I still have it? No,
Andrew Romine having a little fun with Beltré in the dugout at his expense.
Adrian also became famous for his funny antics with close friend and shortstop Elvis Andrus.
I was just trying to get a good place to swing. Obviously, he threw a slider, he hung it. I was able to put a good spin on it.
Bruh. They missed him.
His average, number 1 in the National League, and he's 0 for 4. Left side, it is Andrews with Beltré playing around.
Who went for the deke? I did.
But God forbid Elvis touched Adrian on the head, because then they were no longer friends.
Watch, here it comes.
In his first year with the Rangers, Beltré hit 32 home runs, batted with a .296 average and an .892 OPS. And with a little help from 2010 MVP Josh Hamilton, Beltré carried the Rangers to the 2011 playoffs, and he really hit his stride. In fact, in an ALDS game against the Rangers, Beltré hit 3 home runs in 1 game.
Against the A's on September 11th.
Hits a high drive to left field. Back goes Desmond Jennings onto the track at the wall. That ball is gone. 3rd home run of the game for Adrian Beltré, the trifecta.
The Rangers made it to the World Series in 2011, and Beltré, having only ever played in 4 games in the postseason previously, really wanted to make the most of it. In Game 5, with the series tied 2-2, Adrian did something in the must-win game that will go down as one of the clutchest moments in Texas Rangers history. The Rangers unfortunately ended up losing the World Series, a series that included David Freese's legendary walk-off home run. But it was safe to say that by the end of 2011, the Texas Rangers and the MLB were in love with Adrian Beltré. Adrian picked up right where he left off in 2011 and had a great 2012 season. He hit 36 homers with an OPS of 921 and was third in MVP voting, the highest he ever ranked minus his phenomenal 2004 season. This trend of success continued, where in the following few seasons with the Rangers, Beltré would begin to accomplish some very impressive career milestones. By 2015, Adrian had become the 5th third baseman ever to hit 400 home runs, and by 2017, he'd acquired 600 doubles and he hit his 3,000th hit in grand fashion.
The 3-0. Bouncer, base hit into left field. Around second, heading to third, Mazzara. Beltré goes for 2, and it's a stand-up double. And there it is, number 3,000 for Adrian Beltré.
After stacking up more viral funny moments than we could count, Adrian sadly announced his retirement in 2018 after 21 fantastic MLB seasons and was met with a heartwarming standing ovation in his last game. Adrian ended his career with 477 home runs, 1,707 RBIs, 5 gold gloves, and a whopping 2,933 games played, solidifying him as a true legend of baseball. The thing is though, Beltré's statistics are not the main reason for his legendary reputation. I would argue it was more Beltré's joy and excitement while playing the game that made his reputation all the more legendary. All in one game, it wouldn't be unusual for Beltré to hit a home run from one knee, throw his glove hilariously at a ground ball rolling past him, get in the box wearing his helmet backwards, and do whatever this is.
He came up with it. Adrian would have had to go back.
Adrian was truly hilarious, extremely dependable, rarely injured, an incredible fielder, an incredible teammate, and from the eyes of the fan, just a child filled with love from pursuing his dream. That is why, on July 19th, 2024, Adrian was elected to the National Baseball Hall of Fame, where he expressed his gratitude to all the fans, teammates, and coaches that have taken part in his MLB journey. In Adrian's acceptance speech, he was quoted saying,
"Baseball was my passion, and it blessed me with countless opportunity. And the best part was, I loved it. I love baseball, and I had so much fun playing the game."
And it was this joy that Adrian played with which brought all us fans so much joy to watch. We love you, Adrian, and thank you for all the laughter you've given us. If you enjoyed this video, consider sticking with Batter's Box and watching our video on Bryce Harper, a story of how a child prodigy became an MLB legend.